Imagine you're on stage, really nervous. Everyone is staring at you. Sweat drips down your face and the spotlight shines down at you. And for a moment, you freeze. You have two options. Move forward or let fear stop. Hi, my name is Ramasubramanian, and today I'll be talking about overcoming your fears to chase your dreams. Have you ever had a dream, something that you really wanted to do, but you didn't because you're scared that you might fail? We've all been there before. Fear shows up before you raise your hand in class, before you try something new, and before you take a risk that actually matters. Fear of failing, fear of being judged, and fear of embarrassing yourself. This isn't a weakness, it's part of being human. Nearly everyone experiences it. What people don't talk about enough is that fear doesn't just go away. You don't just wake up one day fearless. The people we admire still feel it. Athletes, leaders, and entrepreneurs. Even the people who look confident and put together from the outside. The difference isn't that they don't feel fear. The difference is they move forward anyways. There's a small structure in your brain called the amygdala. Its job is to protect us. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive real danger. But today, the amygdala can't tell a difference between a social threat and a physical threat. So speaking up during class or applying for something new can trigger the same fear response as real danger. Your heart races and your brain tells you to stop. This isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. This is a sign that your brain's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Scientists have studied fearing humans for decades. One famous example was the little agar experiment. In this experiment, a baby was shown a harmless white rat and showed no fear at first. As the rat appeared, scientists made loud noise. Eventually, the baby got scared of the rat even without the noise. This experiment shows that fear could be learned, not something we were born with. This explains how our brains sometimes react strongly to situations that aren't actually dangerous. The problem is, fear has a way of telling us that failure is the end. That if you mess up once, that's it. But failure isn't the end. It's just information. It shows you what worked and what didn't. Think of it like learning a game. You lose a level. You don't quit forever. You learn the pattern and you try again. That's how progress actually works. Everyone knows the story of Michael Jordan. Before becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time, he was cut from his high school basketball team, missed shots, lost games, and faced out over and over again. His success didn't come from avoiding failure. It came from continuing even when failure was part of the process. Psychologists call this exposure. The more you face something that scares you, the less power it has over you. I see this pattern in my own life. Whenever I think about my own goals, fear shows up every single time. Fear of not being good enough, and fear of what people might think. And at one point, I realized that when fear picks my choices, then fear is controlling my life. That realization didn't make the fear disappear, but it changed how I respond to it. So, how does fear affect your health? It causes problems in your immune system, causes cardiovascular damage, memory impairment, digestive issues, etc. Fear doesn't just affect your mind, it affects your body over time too. When your body faces fear, it stays in a stress state and starts releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which means slowly start to wear your body down. You might start noticing headaches, trouble sleeping, or getting sick more often because your immune system isn't as strong. It can also make it harder to focus, remember, and learn things, especially during school. Long-term fear and stress can increase the risk of anxiety disorder and depression. This shows that fear isn't just something in your head, it has real physical effects, which is why it's important to learn how to manage it. So what do you do when you face fear? First, you slow down. Fear feels urgent, like something bad's happening. Second, you remind yourself that fear is just a feeling, not a fact. Fear doesn't mean you're incapable. Most of the times, it means you care. Studies show that fear shows up right before growth, not failure. Third, stop worrying about the entire outcome. Fear grows when you think about the next big step, and it shrinks when you think about the next small step. And lastly, accept discomfort instead of fighting it. Growth does never feel comfortable. Anyone who's achieved something meaningful started scared, and they started unsure. What separated them? wasn't talent or luck. It was the decision to move forward anyways. I used to be afraid of speaking in front of people. That fear didn't just disappear. I just stopped letting it get to me. Chasing your dreams means you will mess up sometimes, and you will fail. You will grow in ways that you never imagined. And those fears that felt huge in the beginning, they'll shrink. Fear will always give you reasons to stop, and your dreams will always give you reasons to move forward. And at the end of the day, you have to decide which voice you're going to listen to. So if you ever find yourself at that moment again, like on stage with your hands shaking, remember that fear isn't trying to stop you. It's giving you another chance to step forward anyway. So don't enter your fearless because that day isn't coming. Start while you're still scared. Take the leap while you're still at it. Because at the end of the day, people don't regret trying and failing nearly as much time at all. Thank you.